my stars, it's me Missy, I'm back, and today I'm going to be playing some more Dragon Age Inquisition. Now, when I last left off, we had just defeated Corythius in another battle. We have made it, we made it to the Well of Sorrows before him, which really pissed him off, honestly, which is kind of funny. But Morgan has those powers, abilities, whatever you want to call it now, and thankfully she is on our side. So hopefully everything works out the way it needs to work out. Now, I'm going to go try and talk to Ironwool and see if there's anything he wants me to do, because I want to do his loyalty quest, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it now. And then after that, we are going to be fighting Corythius more, as far as I know, unless that doesn't go how I want it to go. We shall see. Anyway, guys, with that, let's get into the game, shall we? Oh yeah, and I also want to do the war table stuff. Let's see here. Alliances with impassioned pleas are observers of the conflict between our Legion noble houses report that the Leander family has responded to our appeal and withdraw rather than risk the lives of the very lovers who spurred the conflict. While not the most desirable outcome, an arranged marriage to solidify peace is far from the worst outcome. Celeste Debolt will speak to no one. We have received 2 letters on the matter. The first is in the strictest confidence. Josephine, my daughter will comply with this pairing. We are all servants of our chosen world, but it serves as well. I lack the standing to challenge, so I ask that it be remembered that it is her name stabilizing this alliance, conveys power that should not be misdirected to matchmakers. Of course, this was the outcome and is the only sensible one. Arrangements will be made for a proper ceremony in the capital, naturally. Lord de Rosier will be a valiant groom for as long as his heart holds out, and young Celeste will be a most amenable figurehead of alliance. Okay. Whisper from behind the throne. Nightingale, the infestation is gone with no inconvenience to the locals. Rector. Be the Volkos mercenaries, goodness. Adar, Hisra, Sata, and Murad are dead. Ashad left, so I guess we only have one now. The rest of the squad are alive, and they don't have any stupid ideas about meaning and purpose, so that's good. Although Karis wrote you a poem to celebrate being rescued, so not all good. Okay. Let's see here. Research the Well of Sorrows. Bring Samson to Skyhold for judgment. Well of Sorrows was constructed in unspeakably ancient times. There may be slivers of information left in elven legends or crumbling papers in far-flung libraries. Send people to research how ancient elves made this strange artifact. You recognize the magic used in this well. The universities in Valrio could look into it for us. They're well funded. When the oldest human records on magic be found in Tevinter, I can arrange for our scholars to visit Minrathous archives. The Seekers have written treaties on forbidden magic for ages. Cassandra could point us to some of their friends. Let's do this one. This one makes the most sense to me. It would make more sense that Tevinter, which is more ancient than us, would probably have some answers. When Corythius rushed from the temple for Mythal, he left his general for dead. My soldiers and I captured Samson with ease, given that he was still unconscious from your fight. While it will take the army some time to return from the wilds, we can expedite Samson's return in order to put him on trial. If you've no objections, I would be present for his judgment. Samson has given us no end of trouble. I would keep him unconscious with sleeping draughts while we transport him here. Simpson has earned an armed escort guarding a wagon, which our fastest horses will pull. Skyhold. Helen.
All right.
Continue the investigation. We still have neither race nor background information on the Venatori ancient in Hunterfell. The Bells are effectively nobility in the city. Any information about them is protected. They have confirmed that the Talvashoth, whatever else she may be, is not a mage. Whether she is or was one of Duke Tithon's lovers, she now appears to be in a relationship with the smuggler. A Eurasian woman in Hunterfell might have a fondness for items from home. Perhaps I can find out what she wears.
Let's see what we have.
Okay, good thing these are all easy. We only have a few of these left and then they're all done. Crazy, huh? I'm going to go the bull first and see if he wants anything from me before we move on to doing other stuff. I also need to sell some crap in my inventory, it looks like, so that's done. Now let's go see Bull. He's over this way. He's in here.
Coming to the readings? After what happened, I just assumed.
Cool.
So to kill Corypheus, all we have to do is kill his dragon first? That's easy. We're good at killing shit. Just one more big fight to put this Magister asshole down for good. I knew you'd get us here, boss.
Thank you for your help.
It's been an honor, Bull.
Oh, don't get like that. This isn't goodbye. We're kicking this guy's ass. How you doing?
Wanted to get some drinks. Let's
You
get some
said we
drinks.
should go get some drinks and meet your company?
Yeah, come on. It'll be fun. Ah, good. We're not drinking alone. How you doing, creme de la creme?
Your worship, I'm so glad he has someone new to hit with that joke.
What should I call you?
Do you prefer Creme or Cremisius?
Crem's faster. The chief's nicknames usually end up sticking.
Hey, when I was growing up, my name was just this series of numbers. We all give each other nicknames under the Qun.
They ever wear shirts under the Qun, Chief? Or do they just run around binding their breasts like that?
It's a harness, creme.
Yes, for your pillowy man bosoms. Let me know if you need help binding. You could really chisel something out of that overstuffed look.
What did you know?
Did you always know?
Yes. It's not the most fortunate thing to know about yourself growing up in Tevinter, one rung above slavery.
In Kunadar, creme would be an Akunathlak. That's what we call someone born one gender but living like another.
And Kunari don't treat those Are Kuhn people any differently than a real man?
They are real men, just like you are.
Maybe your people aren't so bad after all.
Don't get your hopes up, Krem. We still come down hard on the back talk. Anyway, here's the rest of the charges, or what's left of the rest. A lot of them went looking for stronger drinks. We've got Rocky and Skinner there, and over there are Stitches, Dalish, and Grim. Crazy bunch of assholes, but they're mine.
How'd you get here, Skinner?
So, how'd you join the Chargers?
Killed some people.
Skinner didn't take kindly to nobles testing their new swords on the elves in her alienage.
Bull took me in. Now I get paid to kill shams.
This is actually really good behavior for her. She's not marking her territory or anything.
Grim, what's your story?
Grim, is it?
Grim doesn't talk much. I'm pretty sure he's the lost king of some small country, or chieftain, something like that.
Where are you from, Rocky?
Were you born on the surface, or are you from Orzammar?
Orzammar. I got exiled. Stupid noble crap. Also, I accidentally blew up a bit of the shape rate.
Rocky's one of our best sappers. He can take down enemy fortifications faster than a golem.
I'm also working on my own version of Kunari black powder. I've almost got it.
Yeah, you really don't.
Why leave your clan, Dalish?
Why aren't you with your clan?
Our keeper thought I should see the world a little.
Dalish don't have Templars, so they can't have too many mages in a clan at once.
Now, sir, you know I'm not a mage. That'd make me an apostate.
You carry a staff, Dalish.
It's a bow.
A bow with a giant glowing crystal at the tip.
Yes, it's for aiming. Old elven trick you wouldn't understand.
You're a healer, Stitches?
I take it you're the company healer.
Yes, first time I ever picked up a sword was when the Blight hit Ferelden. Never put it back down.
He makes a potion that'll put you right back on your feet after even the toughest fight. It tastes terrible, though.
That's because it's a poultice, sir. You're not supposed to drink it.
I'm impressed.
You've got a good company, Bull.
We do all right.
Man can beat the Chargers, cause we'll hit you where it hurts. Unless you know a tavern with loose cards and looser skirts. For every bloody battlefield, we'll gladly raise a cup. No matter what tomorrow holds, our horns be pointing up.
Thanks for coming by, boss. Glad you could meet some of my team.
Mr. Benton, hi! And yeah, I'm trying to go as fast as possible.
Thank you.
I'm probably not going to be getting the game immediately. Still a little bit too disappointed, I have to say, with the whole thing. But it seems to be looking better than it first looked, so that's something.
Hey, you need me?
Tell me about your troops.
I'd like to hear more about the Chargers.
Always happy to talk about my guys. What do you want to know?
Tell me about Krem.
I'd like to know more about Krem.
He's a good soldier, and a better second in command. The troops need someone to complain to when I'm being a hard ass. He's good for that.
But you hate Tevinter.
You don't have a problem with him being from Tevinter?
Nah,
But you hate the Vince.
sure, but he's not a Vint. He's just Krem. I can get worked up about a group or a nation just fine, but people, it's too much work to hate them one by one.
That's a good point. I mean, I guess I'll ask this. Him being her isn't an issue?
You don't have any problems with him being a woman?
He's not a woman. Look, you and I have to walk carefully so we don't accidentally break the furniture or the elves. we're probably not the best people to go around deciding what's normal. Krem's a good man. I don't give a nug's ass that it's a little harder for him to piss standing up.
How did you start?
How did you start the group?
It's easy to make a name for yourself as a merc when you're a head taller than most folks. I spent a year or two working for Fisher's Bleeders, but their captain was crap. Figured I could do better. The best folks in the Bleeders agreed with me, so we split off.
What about Fisher?
I imagine Fisher disagreed.
He came at me. I snapped his sword in half, and we talked things out over drinks.
1 second, guys. I just wanted to check something. 1 second, 1 second. Hey, Liliana is ready. That's actually good. Thank God. Okay, what else do you got for me? You must have crazy stories.
What are the craziest jobs you've ever taken?
Besides this one, there's a lot of violence between the nobles here, but that's standard work. The fun stuff is when they party. They always want to impress each other, and that means getting something shiny.
We've hunted wyverns, fought through caves to find some old magical crap. Even went giant baiting once.
What the hell is a giant baiting?
What's giant baiting?
So this old guy, Comte Van Chess, has some kind of a pageant planned. But he needs a giant, which is off in some damn cave. He's got some kind of rare charm to control the giant, but no way he's going into that cave himself. So we go in, kill some spiders, find the giant, and wake it up.
It attacks us because, of course, it does. And we let the big bastard chase us outside where Van Chess is waiting.
You let it chase you?
That was actually your plan? To let a giant chase you?
Yeah, we had to stay out of reach, but close enough that it wouldn't give up. It was tricky. Good news is the giants are slow. Long as my guys ahead could clear out the spiders, we were fine. Bad news is the giant spiderwebs slow you down a bit more than you think.
But at least Comte Van Chess got his giant for the pageant.
Turned out that charm was a phony. Giant ate the poor guy alive. It's okay, though. We still got paid.
Figures. Your group is diverse.
You have people from plenty of different backgrounds in your group.
Yes, well, when you're in Orlais and you look like me, you can't be picky about who you take in. A lot of them got turned away from other companies that didn't want a knife here, or a crazy dwarf. Their loss. You get my back in a fight and carry your own weight, you're good with me. How about you? You had a company of your own? How did you put yours together?
I took all kinds.
Like you, more or less. I took anyone who could take care of themselves and follow orders.
Great minds.
Bible.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
How you doing?
See you later,
Okay, nothing
Bull.
else there.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Well, time to go back to the war table, take care of some things. So what have you been up to, Mr. Venland? Been a little bit busy.
Letters
I'm
are
working on-
pouring in from all corners. Congratulations, pledges of loyalty, conversions to Andraste.
All premature until we deal with Corypheus.
I'm just doing random things. Bit of both. Bit of both. Mostly the good kind, though, for the most part, thankfully. Let's see here. Bring Samson to Skyhold for judgment. Inquisitor Dar. We've secured Samson in the holding pens. Your worship, he's not said much. We'll bring out the villain for judgment at your pleasure. We need the investigation. Letter to Liliana with information on the Orlesian. She and the elf are the two members of the Bells who practice magic. She is has on occasion purchased exotic dragon-related ingredients from the Talvashoth, although it is unclear whether the Talvashoth gets them through hunting or smuggling. Identify the Venatori agent. That's a long-ass time, and I don't want it. Investigate strange chalk markings. Do you know this sign? A triangle pointing down two wavy lines. Through it, a lookout spotted in chalk on a ruined wall close to one of our outposts. A cursory inquiry into the symbol has revealed nothing. Archivists are still looking. Argent thinks she saw the symbol or something very like it scrawled in a ledger that belonged to the Comtesse de Bayard. A sweep was done as you ordered, although almost every outpost of ours has been marked in this manner. Many believe we are being watched. To what end, we do not know. What about a decoy outpost set up near a trade route and watched carefully? If someone decides to take out their piece of chalk, we'll have them.
Inquisitor.
Dwarven slaves in Venatori hands. Report from one of Cullen's forward scouts. Sightings in the north of Red Templars with armor and weapons adorned with dwarven runes. There are no known entrances to the deep roads in that area, and no missives from Orzammar about missing traders, and they keep next to non-existent records of surface wars. The Venatori may be making use of dwarven slaves, possibly for to venture, not their usual preference, but also not the first unusual thing they have done. Recommended further investigation in force. There's a hint of Venatori enclave, especially one supplying weapons. We need to crush it. I agree. Go right ahead.
Inquisitor.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and possibly 10, because I'm going to see if I can do Iron Bull's loyalty quest that I completely forgot about. Whoops. Judgment. Go to judgment.
Forgive me, Inquisitor. For personal interest, I have relieved Josephine, as you might expect. Knight Templar Samson, general to Corypheus, traitor to the Order. The blood on his hands cannot be measured. His head is too valuable to take. Kirkwall, Orlais, many would see him suffer. I can't say I'm not one of them.
Valuable to kill, really?
The headman's axe isn't enough? That's an impressive amount of ill will.
The Red Lyrium will steal your vengeance. You know what it does. Corypheus only delayed my corruption.
Are you still loyal to that thing? He poisoned the Order, used them to kill thousands.
Templars have always been used. How many were left to rot like I was, after the Chantry burned away their minds? Piss on it. I followed him, so Templars could at least die at their best. Same lie as the Chantry. The profit just isn't as pretty.
Malak's respected you.
I found your people. They believed in you, believed your cause was righteous.
Not your business, Inquisitor.
Your friend Maddox was so loyal, he killed himself. For you.
They were always going to die. I saw what Corypheus was doing. So yes, I fed them hope instead of despair. I made them believe their pain had purpose, just like the Chantry does. Right, Commander? It ended as well as anything else I've done. Corypheus would kill me on sight. I'll tell your people what they want. Everything I cared about is destroyed.
Agna will study your powers.
Samson, you can still be of use to good people. What you know is less important than what you are. My Arcanist will study your resistance to red lyrium.
Do as you will, Inquisitor. Your kind always does.
Well, dude, don't be putting this on me. That's your bullshit that caused all this. I mean, how many people in their right mind are gonna look at Corypheus and be like, yep, he's gonna bring peace to the world. It's gonna all be fine. Woohoo, let's follow him. Follow the party line. Should probably talk to people and see if there's anything that I need to actually talk to them about before I do anything else. Let's start with Josephine. Josephine, anything to say?
It comes swiftly, this moment that will be spoken of for ages. The day the Herald of Andraste challenged the Darkspawn that thought itself a god. Defeat him, and you'll be more than a holy woman to the people. You'll enter legend.
I didn't do this alone.
I couldn't have come this far without the Inquisition at my back.
And there is the modesty people respect. People joined the Inquisition after hearing you were blessed, but they've stayed because of how you lead. I wanted to tell you that I shared their sentiments, Inquisitor, and... well, I suppose I just did.
You're a good friend.
You've always been there for us, Josephine. And for me.
It means much to hear you say that. Farewell, my lady. When you face Corypheus, may you walk in the light.
Well, I'm definitely gonna fucking need it.
A pleasure.
Anything to report?
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
How are our guests? What about our allies?
Any thoughts on the people here?
Who did you mean?
Talk about our warriors. Iron Bull.
The Iron Bull has had to have made an impression.
He is a loud, unapologetic accident merely waiting to happen. I do wish he'd stop daring poor dignitaries to outdrink him.
Why would you even take him up on that offer?
Farewell.
That seems like a disaster waiting to happen. Oh, God. I can't believe someone's actually taking that as a suggestion and been like, yep, I'm going to try and drink him onto the table. Yep, this is going to work out in my favor.
So, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this. We went to an elven rune, so a witch could consume a pool of magical goo and then walked through a mirror, and wound up back here. Have I mentioned that the shit that happens to you is crazy? I don't want to think about this anymore. You want to discuss something normal?
We've already discussed all these. Never mind.
Carry on.
Wow. We really are on the last bit of the mural, aren't we? Damn. So cool. Oh, this? Oh, no.
The Temple of Mathal sounds truly astounding. I would have liked to have seen it. What will you do with the power of the well once Corypheus is dead?
Make the world better. I'll store what was. Or land those I trust. Make the world better, I guess?
This war proved that we can't go back to the way things were. I'll try to help this world move forward.
You would risk everything you have in the hope that the future is better.
Yeah?
What if it isn't? What if you wake up to find the future you shaped is worse than what was?
Then I'll keep trying.
I'll take a breath, see where things went wrong, and then try again.
Just like that.
If we don't keep trying, we'll never get it right.
You're right. Thank you.
For what?
I do not agree with everything you have done, Inquisitor. Your actions have been short-sighted. You have made mistakes. But you never give up. You never stop trying. Even when the consequences are grave. For your determination, I offer thanks. Forgive my melancholy. Corypheus has cost us much. The Temple of Mythal did not deserve such a fate. The orb he carries, and its stolen power, that at least we may still recover. With luck, some of the past may yet survive.
Sounds like you're leaving.
You planning to leave before we take down the bad guy?
No, but there may not be a later. It seemed wise to say my goodbyes now.
Oh, thanks, Solus. Not that I actually trust you. But thanks anyway. Wrong direction. Whoops. Dorian.
What happened at the Elven Temple? It's got me thinking. I should go back, shouldn't I? To Tevinter. Once this is done. If we're still alive. All my talk of how terribly wrong things are back home. But what do I do about it? Nothing.
What brought this on?
How does this relate to the Elven Temple?
That elf, Abelas. He said the Imperium wasn't what destroyed the elves. My people would never accept that. It would reduce us to scavengers, destroy our legacy no matter how terrible. But we should accept it. Take our history down a peg. Confront the legacy hanging over us like a shroud. Maybe not all of us want to, but that could be altered. If you can change minds, so can I.
You could do great things.
Someone with your impeccable taste could transform Tevinter.
I hope you're right. You usually are. It might surprise you to know that you're the one who inspired me. You're shaping the world, for good or ill. How could I aspire to do any less? If it means proving that Tevinter can be better, that there's hope even for my homeland, I would do anything.
Anything else, Dorian?
Questions.
We're good. That's enough.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
Josephine, I haven't talked to you in a while.
It's been quite the momentous day, hasn't it, my dear? We should probably give some thought to the very likely possibility that Morrigan will use her new power against us.
I expect as much.
I don't think it's likely. I think it's a certainty.
We will need to prepare ourselves, if we can. Circle records have limited information on shapeshifting. There are mentions of counterspells that may prevent mages from transforming or from reverting to their true forms. I have my people researching these spells now. If they have ever been documented, I'll find them. The pieces are nearly in place. We'll soon strike against Corypheus directly. You've done well. I will be proud to fight alongside you when the time comes.
Good. Thank you, Vivian.
I always have time for you, my dear.
Okay, never mind. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Lana?
I was pondering who might be divine, and it suddenly occurred to me. Is it so ridiculous for the Grand Clerics to support me? Why shouldn't they?
What would you do as divine?
If you were divine, what would you do?
Change things. Change everything. No more circles. The mages will be free. The Chantry will accept them as the Maker's children. In fact, it will accept everyone. Elves, dwarves, even Canary. Why exclude them? The Chantry allows our differences to tear us apart, instead of teaching us how we are the same.
I'd support you.
I think you would make a good divine.
I am glad to hear it. Your support may persuade the Grand Clerics to vote in my favor. The Chantry was a beacon of hope to me once, you know. In my years at Lothering's Chantry, we turned no one away from our doors. It was a refuge, a place of peace. I felt the Maker's presence and his love even when they told me he'd left us. This is the Chantry I know, the Chantry I wish the world to see.
The world needs that Chantry.
The world could certainly use the force for good you describe.
Yes, the Chantry should be a force for good instead of what it is. The Chantry dictated where it should have inspired. It spoke of judgment instead of acceptance. It should encourage the good in everyone, rather than rebuke us for our sins. No one should be turned away from our doors. No one is without worth. Whoever you are, whatever your mistakes, you are loved, unconditionally. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame.
Okay then. Ileana?
So if we kill Corypheus, he has the power to move from one tainted creature into another? What we will learn next? That he can command the sun to rise or the seas to burn?
We'll find a way to beat him.
No matter how powerful he is, there's a way to defeat him, and we'll find it.
I hope you're right. I have researchers scouring the Temple of Mythol as we speak. I hope that their search turns up something we can use. Ancient magic, perhaps. Something even Corypheus missed. Anything to give us an edge.
Carry
I'll
on.
leave you to your work.
Okay, let's go talk to everybody else.
Maker and Lady, Corypheus is taking the lot of them apart.
The Inquisition is on its tail. That thing is a coward, even if it's lots of places.
And Helen's around. This is supposed to be our best.
That's what the
Helen?
Samson took everything from those Templars. He corrupted their souls, twisted them into everything they stood against, everything they would have hated.
Feel sorry for them.
I know the Red Templars fight for Corypheus, but I feel sorry for them.
They're barely human now. The Red Lyrium left Samson's mind unaltered. He knew what he was doing. And he dares speak as though it were a mercy? The man's a monster. Dagna is far too kind a jailer for the likes of him.
Justice was served.
Samson got what he deserved.
The men and women he betrayed, they deserved something better. Samson deserves nothing. The Red Templars needed to be torn down. We've broken Corypheus's army. I might have known some of them. If my life had gone differently, I might have been one of them. Do you ever wonder what would have happened if you had not been at the Conclave? If you'd never become the Inquisitor?
I'd have joined anyway.
I'd still be here. Well, maybe not here. But I'd be down in the barracks with the other volunteers. I couldn't just sit idle.
No, I don't imagine you could. Though all before me is shadow, yet shall the Maker be my guide. I shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the beyond. For there is no darkness in the Maker's light, and nothing that he has wrought shall be lost.
A prayer for you?
For those we have lost, and those I am afraid to lose.
You haven't lost your faith.
I'm glad you haven't lost your faith.
I've questioned it at times, but I found comfort in faith when life offered little. Corypheus will retaliate. It's only a matter of time. We must draw strength wherever we can.
And peace of mind, maybe?
For moments like this, perhaps.
There are fewer of those lately.
There's time now.
I don't think I've ever been in here before. Right of the Maker, Maker, though I am but one, I have called in your name, and those who come to serve will know your glory. I remembered for them. They will see what can be gained, and though we are few against the wind, we are yours.
Witness and work to deceive others. Know this. There is but one. All things are known to our Maker, and he shall judge their lives. Maker, though the darkness comes upon me, I shall embrace the light.
Let's go over here. Sandra.
Victory in the Arbor Wilds. The Archdemon might have been a real threat to our army, but it flew off once we turned the tide. It is still out there, however. I wonder what Corypheus plans now.
Your tyrants will face him.
We'll deal with whatever he throws at us.
Do not underestimate Corypheus. He is powerful, and you have yet to fight him one-on-one. But he will come. You will get your chance.
You aren't worried?
You don't seem concerned about that.
I'm terrified. Yet I have faith in you. Not long ago, this was impossible to imagine. You, a valued friend, victory close at hand. The time has come to consider what will come next.
I have plans.
Oh, I have plans of my own.
As you should. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked and do not falter. You have come far, my friend. It has been an honor.
Thank you, Cassandra. Sandra, anything else?
It's good to see you.
Goodbye.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Goodbye. Going here. Anything, Carl?
Most of the charges are still at the Temple of Mythal. I missed a crazy fight.
Bye.
We'll talk later.
Cool.
Hey, boss. How are you?
Nothing.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
bugs into his eyes.
Of course. I'm pleased to hear it.
Sarah!
What is it? Why is it so unnerving?
I'm sorry. Oh wait, no, I'm not. It's just the funniest, isn't it? That creaky old Abelas in Mythal saying the elves weren't destroyed by Tevinter.
What's so funny about it?
If that's a joke, I don't get it.
Everyone is always, oh, poor elves, victims of this and whatever. But the Empire hates itself. Love it. Like being sad makes them better than me. Turns out they're not victims. They're the same as everyone else. Arseholes. Plus, a big old temple full of demon-worshipping lies. Grand, that.
You think Mythal was all lies?
You seem pretty certain. You don't believe anything from Mythal?
Course not. What, I should believe all that stuff? Because elves? I mean, it was impressive and all. Makes the Dalish look like tits for living in the woods, but so what? There can't be a bunch of gods, and the Maker. Don't matter how much or little you believe, those don't fit. So call me stupid, but I believe the stuff not made up by dead people who failed. Mythal is a ruin full of demons. I mean, it just makes sense, right?
What if even some is true?
There's so much history there. What if some of it is true?
No, now you're stupid. You can't think that because it's stupid.
But everything we saw.
Why believe it? Because Abelas looked weird? If that's all it takes, Cariffi's shitheel is full of lumpy truth. You're not even an elf. Why are you being so damned elfy? I mean, I've dated some right tits, but you're the Herald of Andraste. You keep saying this, you'll sound like an idiot.
Will this affect us?
You're upset. Will this come between us?
If I gave up on everybody who believes stupid stuff. I mean, Canary probably have weird horn gods, but you'll keep quiet while leading the Inquisition, right?
Let's both shut up, you first.
Right. You want me to be quiet? Set an example. Shut it.
Charmer. Come on, let's get ready for Lumpy. And by Lumpy, I mean Cariffi shit, not your bits, because that would be gross. Lumpy bits. So yeah, I'm done. Food?
I'll take food.
Hello, you.
Carry
I'll
on.
be back if I need you.
You will, yeah.
Oh, you up here?
Corypheus died, and then he didn't. That's why he always felt wrong, like he didn't fit inside himself. He wears another man's life. I thought dying was forever.
You and me both.
So did I. Corypheus seems to break a lot of rules.
But is it him? Is he real? If a man can be dead and then not, could I have saved the real Cole?
You did all you could.
What happened to him wasn't your fault.
His hands were bruised from beating on the wall. It was dark, like the cabinet where he hid to escape his father. His belly hurt like knives, throat cracked dry. He was alone. I pushed through and held his hand. It was all I could do. He said, "Thank you." Thank you.
You're welcome, Cole. Go talk to him one more time.
Well, let me know if you find one.
Thank you.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do Bull's loyalty quest because I waited way too long.
Yes.
He meant to watch forever. He called himself Sorrow.
He wants to go somewhere.
How would you like to get out of here? Maybe do something fun.
I don't know. I've never tried.
Come on.
Inquisitor, you honor us with your presence. May I bring a sampling of fine cheeses for you and your guest?
I don't eat.
Well then, just a bottle of a fine Ghislaine White to start. Please enjoy your meal this evening, your worship.
He saw me. They all see me.
I'm proud of you.
I'm glad you've allowed them to.
I don't know if I did. I find people when their pain leaves them open. I ease the pain. I leave, they forget. That was enough for me. Now they remember, and I'm not sure...
Cole?
I told you about Reese, the mage who could see me, my friend. My only friend for a long time. Evangeline showed me that Templars could be kind, but even she...
This is painful.
Cole, if this is troubling, we don't have to talk about it.
Gentle. You watch me walk into darkness over and over, and you always worry. Thank you. But this isn't about them. It's about... When I found out I wasn't human, when I grew, I lost Reese. I lost my only friend. That's why I was scared about letting all these people see me. That's why I laughed.
You made yourself laugh.
You're laughing at yourself?
Yes. This world taught me that changing means losing your friends. But now I know that doesn't have to be true. I have enough self to know that what I felt was foolish. Isn't it wonderful?
Yes, it is.
It's another good step, Cole.
I might like being human. What do you think I'll learn next?
I'm proud of you, buddy. Cool. Okay, I guess we have nothing to talk about. I think I've gotten everybody but Blackwall. Go see him. Blackwall.
Inquisitor?
Nothing to say?
Right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to the war table and then we'll be ready to go, I think. Oh. Do forward scouts. Research the Well of Sorrows. Inquisitor, I must take over our investigation into the Well of Sorrows. Dozens of antiquarians and historians are begging us for the results. There have been several attempts to steal our research. While we have nothing conclusive, the research has proven useful in negotiations with interested scholars, and we should guard it accordingly. Okay. And these two are still going. I need to take a look at the codex really quick, and then we can be on our way to other things. Oops. Witherstock, Ladia. I said you could take a few components from for your personal use. I'm certain I didn't say you could empty our stores. Enchanter Inez looked like she was shitting hog nuts when she noticed. Do you know how long it took to collect that Witherstock? I know what you're doing with it. No one needs that many warming draughts. I'm locking the chest. Find your own Witherstock, or perhaps either you or Baron can try to stick to your own quarters. Here. Research isn't. This one's almost full, damn. What have I missed? Groups. Sentinel elves. Elves ambushed us just when the masters said they would. 5 days into the wilds, they move faster than any elf I've seen, and they know the forest like they were born of it. The ones who escape melt back into the shadows. They're stronger, and they know no fear. Every damn elf we cut down fights till the last. The attacks have slowed since we doubled the watch. We've killed enough to make them pause. Griffius says the elves call themselves sentinels. We were going over the plan of the final assault on their temple, and he told me the elves we're fighting are the last true priests of their old gods. Before I could stop myself, I asked how he knew. I felt like a damn fool the moment the words left my mouth, but the master just looked at me, then opened his hand. A second later, that magic orb was floating over it. He told me it was Elven, that events made him believe it came to him for a purpose. The master turned, and I thought I was dismissed, but his voice stopped me before I left. He said, solemn as I've ever known him, that there were many things he couldn't tell me, that he hid them so I would stay focused on the well. He said that I'll sacrifice much, there will be no secrets once I've become the vessel. I left then, and I can't stop thinking about it. I swear there was regret in those last words. Wish I knew exactly what for. Translated Elven writing. There's still more? I don't see any more. Pride had wrought, and as the black clouds came upon them, they looked on what pride had wrought and despaired. Work of men and women by hubris of their making, the sorrow of a blight unbearable. Pride, what other sin wounds us so deeply as pride? It drove the old Tevinter magisters to blacken the golden city. It pushed Mafarth to betray beloved Andraste. It has made fools of kings and peasants ever since the Maker formed us from nothing. Pride disguises itself as insurety. Who among us has not looked out at our fair country and thought, surely we are safe here under protection. Our world will last forever, for we are mighty and wise. These verses say to the faithful, go and look upon the ruins of old, and ask who remembers the faces of those who dwelt there. Only the Maker's knowledge is complete. The words he gave us through the blessed Andraste are the one true constant in our world. A land without the chant is doomed to be forgotten by time. Arbor Wilds, Rusix. For once, look to the elves for guidance. They shun the Arbor Wilds when the people who would start a war for a single crumbling wall ignore a large elven ruin to the south. It boasts disaster. There is beauty and curiosity in the forest, such as trees that rise tall as towers, but those who travel too deep into them never return. You asked if I could identify the elven architecture from the few existing sketches of the outer ruins. They have curious similarities to stonework found in the Arlathan, so I would guess it is likely an old elven temple dating 200-300 years before the Imperium. Anything else is conjecture that I fear will spurn you on in this folly. Been an oasis. I met Bayard in Valferim. From there we will travel with the miners to the western approach. I already missed the sound of your voice, but the contract they offered will provide for us in what is a year if I know you are waiting at the end of it. Bayard says the miners call the place the Forbidden Oasis. I feared perhaps the water was poisonous. You hear of such things, or that the area was home to one of the beasts in Druckham's books. Bayard simply laughed and told me not to worry so much. When I asked how the oasis earned its dramatic name, Bayard replied, don't ask about the door. That's comforting. Temple of Mythal. Once again, Genetivi is completely at odds with reality. Ancient elven temples were no simple shrines. Extensive digging showed that buildings radiating out of the main edifice, much like a city wrapped around a palace. Indeed, these temple complexes must have been cities once, with a veritable army of functionaries running them. Each cult had different rituals, oblations, and prayers to their chosen patron that ran all hours of the day. The time and effort devoted to them must have been staggering. Perhaps it's best we have lost knowledge of these pagan rites. The deities that the old elves worshipped, if they existed at all, were clearly demons masquerading as higher powers. One shudders to think what went on before their thrones. You might be right about that. But I think it's elves that were too powerful. Maybe they were possessed by spirits, who knows. Okay, that's good. I guess... Oh, well, that's done. I guess we can go see Morgan after this. Advise report. Post set up along the Imperial Highway, ostensibly to guard trade routes and facilitate procuring supplies for the Inquisition. Eyes on all approaches. Fourth night, a caravan carrying refugees makes camp nearby for protection after midnight. A young woman on crutches makes small talk with patrol guard. After he passes, she crouches and makes the mark on a tent post. Woman pretends for half an hour to know nothing. When it became clear the ruse will not work, she kisses an Andraste and Locke and says, "Glory to those across the seas." She dies. Locket was poison. The hell? And mask. Why are these all long? Screw it. Of Iron Bull, tell the Ben Hosters to eliminate the smuggler. Of Iron Bull, tell the Ben Hosters to eliminate the bard.
Inquisitor? Has either of you noticed the change in Morrigan? I fear for her.
Fear for her, rather than fearing what she will do. You do care.
I would have concern for anyone who came into contact with that thing.
Excerpt from a Ben Hosser's information report. Our information about the 5 bells of Hunterfell has come back negative. The Talbot is not the bard, the elf is not the Mortalitasi, and the dwarf is not the smuggler. We have learned that the Ferelden is the Venatori agent, but unless we can link her to the specific background quickly, we'll lose this lead. We must remove the target immediately to stop Duke Hythus from falling prey to the Venatori interest. I had our people remove the downward-pointing triangular symbol from our outpost. They have not made a reappearance, which means little. It's clear someone has an interest in the Inquisition, someone organized with ties to those across the sea. We've eliminated the Canari as the most obvious suspects. Nonetheless, knowing who they're not does not tell us who they are, what they're doing, or why. They're clever, we know that, and they have resources, but so do we. And they should learn that they are not to toy with the Inquisition. If our investigation has any hope of succeeding, we'll have to strike hard and fast before they even know we're looking. Coordinated effort hitting all the leaders we have at once.
Inquisitor.
Leads we have at once, not leaders. Okay, let's go talk to Morgan. This way.
Inquisitor, thank the Maker you're here. Morrigan chased after her son into the Illuvian. She was terrified.
Chasing her son.
She was chasing Kieran?
She said he activated the mirror somehow, and then she ran into it. I've never seen Morrigan like that. You must go after her. I will find help, Inquisitor.
Thanks, Liliana.
Wait, this isn't the crossroads. This is the Fade. How did the Illuvian lead here? Can it go anywhere?
Who the hell knows? Going.
Morgan! Go back! I must find Kieran before it's too late.
I'm not going
Why
back.
would Kieran do this? How could he do this? We stand in the Fade. To direct the Illuvian here would require immense power.
If he is lost to me now after all I have sacrificed...
We'll find him.
We'll find him, Morrigan. He can't be far.
The Fade is infinite. He could literally be anywhere. Whatever happens to him now, 'tis my doing. I set him on this path. Please, help me look, Inquisitor. Just a little longer.
Okay, let's look then. Place doesn't seem as bad as it used to be, which is nice. Keep running.
There he is!
Who's with him?
That's...
His grandmother.
Mother!
Mother.
Now, isn't this a surprise?
Not a happy one, it seems.
Clearly not the good sort of surprise.
My lovely Morrigan has a flair for the dramatic. Thankfully, my grandson is more sensible.
Kirin is not your grandson. Let him go.
As if I were holding the boy hostage. She's always been ungrateful, you see.
Ungrateful? I know how you plan to extend your life, wicked crone. You will not have me, and you will not have my son.
That's quite enough. You'll endanger the boy.
What have you done to me?
I have done nothing. You drank from the well of your own volition.
You are Mythal.
Pleased to meet you. She is. That's impossible. Well, ma'am, pleased to meet you.
You are. It's very nice to finally meet you.
You see, girl, those are manners, as you require a demonstration.
I require nothing from you but your death.
You tried that once already, and see how far it got you?
I'm sorry, Mother. I heard her calling to me. She said now was the time.
I do not understand.
Once I was but a woman, crying out in the lonely darkness for justice. And she came to me, a wisp of an ancient being, and she granted me all I wanted and more. I have carried Mythal through the ages ever since, seeking the justice denied to her.
She's inside you.
Then you carry Mythal inside you.
She is a part of me, no more separate than your heart from your chest. You hear the voices of the well, girl. What do they say?
They say you speak the truth.
But what was Mythal? A legend given name and called a god? Or something more? Truth is not the end, but a beginning. A herald indeed, shouting to the heavens, harbinger of a new age. As for me, I have had many names, but you may call me Flemeth.
Why stay secret?
If Mythal is within you, why not reveal yourself?
And to whom should I reveal myself?
To the elves. To everyone.
I knew the hearts of men even before Mythal came to me. It is why she came to me. They do not want the truth, and I am but a shadow, lingering in the sun.
I need to understand.
Why did Mythal come to you?
For a reckoning that will shake the very heavens.
And you follow her whims? Do you even know what she truly is?
You seek to preserve the powers that were, but to what end? It is because I taught you, girl. Because things happened that were never meant to happen. She was betrayed as I was betrayed, as the world was betrayed. Mythal clawed and crawled her way through the ages to me, and I will see her avenged! Alas, so long as the music plays, we dance.
I know who Flemeth is.
I know the name Flemeth. It belongs to an ancient Ferelden legend. It says long ago you left your husband for a lover. Your husband then tricked you, killed your lover, and imprisoned you. Then a spirit came to offer you vengeance. Mythal, that's what you spoke of.
One day someone will summarize the terrible events of your life so quickly. But yes, I was that woman. That is how my tale began.
Flemeth appears in other legends, helping heroes for reasons of her own.
I nudge history when it's required. Other times, a shove is needed.
What do you want?
So you lured us here. What do you want?
One thing, and one thing only.
I have to go now, Mother.
What?
No. I will not allow it.
He carries a piece of what once was, snatched from the jaws of darkness. You know this.
He is not your pawn, Mother. I will not let you use him.
Have you not used him? Was that not your purpose? The reason you agreed to his creation?
That was then. Now he is my son. Flemeth extends her life by possessing the bodies of her daughters, Inquisitor. That was the fate she intended for me. I thwarted her, and now she intends to have Kieran instead.
Is Kieran special?
Wait, the way she talked about Kieran.
I am not the only one carrying the soul of a being long thought lost.
He is more than that, Mother.
As am I. Yet do you hear me complain? Our destinies are not so easily avoided, dear girl.
Mother, I have to.
You do not belong to her, Kieran. Neither of us do.
Why now?
If Kieran is so special, why did you wait until now to come for him?
I did not know where he was. Morrigan cleverly hid him from me. Until now.
'Twas the well.
Always grasping beyond your reach, despite all that I taught you.
Is all this true?
You're going to steal the body of a young boy.
If my daughter believes it, then it must be so.
Kieran,
As you wish. Hear my proposal, dear girl. Let me take the lad, and you are free of me forever. I will never interfere with or harm you again. Or keep the lad with you, and you will never be safe from me. I will have my due.
he returns with me.
Decided so quickly.
Do whatever you wish. Take over my body now if you must, but Kieran will be free of your clutches. I am many things, But I will not be the mother you were to me.
Oh.
No more dreams?
No more dreams. A soul is not forced upon the unwilling, Morrigan. You were never in danger from me. Listen to the voices. They will teach you, as I never did.
Wait!
She is such a tricky bitch.
Are you all right, Kieran? You are not hurt?
I feel lonely.
At least that's all he feels.
She wanted the old god soul all along. Is it worth reminding myself that perhaps I do not know everything after all? My mother has the soul of an elven goddess, or whatever Mythal truly was, and her plans are unknown to me.
You really had no idea?
You truly had no idea what she was?
I knew she kept the truth from me. I even suspected she was not truly human, but this... I always thought the so-called elven gods were little more than glorified rulers, but now... I have doubt. And doubt is... an uncomfortable thing, Inquisitor. Just be thankful you did not drink from the well. I am evidently tied to my mother for eternity.
What is this old god soul?
So Kieran had the soul of an old god.
Taken from the archdemon at the final battle of the Fifth Blight. Yes, he has never known anything else. I'm uncertain what effect this will have on him.
But why did you...
I told you at the temple, the magic of old must be preserved, no matter how feared. Kieran had a destiny, and now it is in Flemeth's hands. I suppose we shall see what she does with it.
You did the right thing.
For what it's worth, I think you did the right thing.
Did I? She was testing me, and I cannot tell whether I passed. Now we must prepare to face Corypheus himself. It seems Mother was right. The voices of the well tell me I will be able to match his dragon. All that remains is for you to find him.
Okay.
There was no word for heaven or for earth.
Morgan?
Mother must be very pleased. If I see her again, I will have no choice but to do every single thing she commands. I feel certain what happened at the Temple of Mythal must somehow have been her influence.
That's possible.
You might be right.
'Twas a temple dedicated to her after all. Is it a coincidence we ended up there? There must be a connection we cannot see. I suppose we have little choice but to proceed and be thankful she assisted us at all.
You know about elven lore?
You seem to know a great deal about elven lore.
The Dalish are not the only ones interested in the distant past, Inquisitor. Indeed, my skills allow me access to places the Dalish dare not even dream of. The ancient elves hold secrets they have not yet given up. Secrets about the foundation of Thedas itself. Thus, they are my focus. Corypheus clearly feels the same.
Tell me more about you.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah yes, whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
You're an apostate.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some Chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
You were in the Fifth Blight.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight?
The Blight began in the Kukari wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. She is the reason the Blight was defeated. I wish things had gone differently in the end. It had to be, yet. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
Why the Orlesian court?
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no Chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor, and she my benefactor and source of refuge. The moment Celine perished, my time in court was done. I do not miss it overmuch.
Goodbye.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Until next time, then. Wandering the gardens, I see.
Did Flemeth tell the truth?
Do you trust what Flemeth told us?
About what she is? I am uncertain. I knew there was more to her than I realized, that she was not truly human. This? I once found her grimoire, and that was where I learned her immortality was gained by stealing the bodies of her daughters. Flemeth claims I misunderstood. It is not forced on the unwilling. Meaning I might agree to such a thing? Impossible, yet there seemed an undeniable sense of truth to the things she told us. All my years spent hunting for arcane mysteries, and the greatest was the one I left behind.
What will you do now?
So what do you intend to do now?
Once Corypheus is defeated, I will take Kieran and leave. Where I will go is uncertain. I must consider the fact that Flemeth may yet have plans for me. I am, after all, her servant. Such a delight. Yet we must now consider the coming battle. I hope all I learned from the well proves worthwhile.
Bye.
I'll leave you to the garden.
As you like.
Let's see if anybody wants to talk to me.
Morrigan seems pleased with herself for some reason. That smug face. She becomes more and more like her mother each day. Don't tell her I said that.
Okay, carry on.
I'll leave you to your work.
Dorian?
Something you need?
Nothing of importance, apparently.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
Tell us.
What can I do for you?
Apparently nothing.
We'll
Goodbye.
talk later.
Goodbye.
And now... fast travel. I want to go see Fool, see if he wants anything from me, and if that's the case, then he'll do his thing. If not, then it looks like we're about ready to go to war again.
You're welcome, you know. You've always been welcome.
Need wheels for the training dummy. Moving targets.
Oh?
Ah, come on, Krim. I'm working my ass off trying to get you to see that move.
You still got plenty of arse left, Chief. Your worship.
Glad you came by. I got a letter from my contacts in the Ben Hasrath. Already verified it with Red.
Should this be private?
Do you want to discuss this alone?
Not like I was hiding it from my boys. Besides, right now, I need to hit something.
You know they've got training dummies, Chief.
The training dummy might actually defend itself against the shield bash. Anyway, the Ben Hasrath letter.
What's in the letter?
What did the letter say?
The Ben Hasrath have been reading my reports. They don't like Corypheus or his Venatori. And they really don't like Red Lyrium. They're ready to work with us. With you, boss. The Qunari and the Inquisition, joining forces.
I don't trust them.
That would be an unprecedented offer, if I believed it was legitimate, which I don't.
Now, ordinarily that would be the way to go, but they've identified themselves. They're not running a game on you. They found a massive Red Lyrium shipping operation out on the coast.
They wanted us to hit it together. Talked about bringing in one of their dreadnoughts. Always wanted to see one of those big war ships in action.
Did you see that? Go get some water. They're worried about tipping the smugglers, so no army. My charges, you, maybe some backup.
What are they offering?
What does this alliance really get us?
They wouldn't use the word alliance if they didn't mean it. Naval power. More Ben Hasrath reports. Qunari soldiers pointed at the Venatori. It could do a lot of good.
Something wrong?
You don't seem entirely happy about this.
No, I'm good. It's... I'm used to them being over there. It's been a while.
You don't want them to spread.
I thought Qunari wanted to extend their reach to the whole world.
Yeah. Just didn't think I'd see it. Look, the Qun answers a lot of questions. It's a good life for a lot of people. But it's a big change, and a lot of folks here wouldn't do so well under that kind of life. I guess it's not like we're converting. This is just us joining forces against Corypheus. On that front, I think we're good.
I'll do it.
I think the Inquisition could use some help from the Qunari.
Good. I'll pass on word to Cullen and Red. We can set up the meeting whenever you're ready.
Head to the Storm Coast with Bull. Dorian. Bull. Sarah, let's go.
All right. Our Kunari contact should be here to meet us.
He is. Good to see you again, Hisrad.
Gat! Last I heard, you were still in Saharan.
They finally decided I'd calmed down enough to go back into the world.
Boss, this is Gat. We work together in Saharan.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Inquisitor. Hisrad's reports say you're doing good work.
Who is Hisrad?
Iron Bull's name is Hisrad?
Under the Qun, we use titles, not names.
My title was Hisrad, because I was assigned to secret work. You can translate it as Keeper of Illusions, or...
Liar. It means liar.
Well, you don't have to say it like that.
Pleased to meet you.
I look forward to working together.
Hopefully this will help both our peoples. Tevinter is dangerous enough without the influence of this Venatori cult.
Yes. Filthy, decadent brutes, the lot of them. I'm certain life would be much better for all of us under the Qun.
It was for me, after the Qunari rescued me from slavery in Tevinter. I was 8. The Qun isn't perfect, but it gave me a better life.
Yes, one free from all that pointless free will and independent thought. Such an improvement.
Neither side is perfect.
The Imperium and the Qunari both have their problems.
Fair enough, I suppose.
I'm not here to convert anyone. All I care about is stopping this red lyrium from reaching Minrathos.
With this stuff, the Vince could make their slaves into an army of magical freaks. We could lose Saharan and see a giant Tevinter army come marching back down here.
The Ben Hasrath agree. That's why we're here. Our dreadnought is safely out of view and out of range of any Venatori mages on shore. We'll need to eliminate the Venatori, then signal the dreadnought so it can come in and take out the smuggler ship.
What if the ship has mages?
There might be Venatori mages on the ship as well. If the dreadnought can't handle them...
It's unlikely there'll be more than 2 or 3 mages on the ship, and they'll be dead by the 3rd shot. On land, though, a half-dozen Venatori attacking the dreadnought from cover could do some serious damage.
Why not attack at sea?
If it's dangerous for the dreadnought close to shore, why not attack when the smugglers reach open water?
Any decent smuggling ship can outrun a dreadnought on open water. We need to catch them close to shore.
Why use a small force?
I could have crushed any Venatori resistance with the Inquisition's main forces. Why not use them?
Because then the Venatori would have seen you coming and run. They'd schedule a new shipment for later, and our spies might not know when or where. This is risky, yes, but it's our best chance to destroy the shipping operation permanently.
Does Bull does this work for you?
What do you think, Bull?
Don't know. I've never liked covering a dreadnought run. Too many ways for crap to go wrong. If our scouts underestimate enemy numbers, we're dead. If we can't lock down the Venatori mages, the ship is dead. It's risky.
Riskier than letting Red Lyrium into Minrathos?
I'm ready.
Let's go hold up our end of this bargain, then.
My agent suggested 2 possible locations the Venatori may be camped to guard the shore. There, and there. We'll need to split up and hit both at once.
I'll come with you, boss. Krem can lead the charges. Let me fill him in. Come by when you're ready to move.
Okay.
Just waiting on you and Hisrad, or Iron Bull, I guess.
I'd like to discuss the Qun.
Do you have a minute to talk about the Qun?
I'm a spy, Inquisitor, not a teacher. I'm not interested in converting anyone or debating the philosophy. But I suppose it would make for an interesting report to hear the Inquisitor's opinion of the Qun.
Alien to me.
To be honest, I don't really understand enough of the Qun to judge it.
I think you have to be raised under the Qun for it ever to make sense. The people who join as adults either end up unhappy or, well, for many, it's just a kind of form of slavery. I like the simplicity. I like knowing my place and knowing that it's the right place. Other parts I've struggled with myself.
You knew Iron Bull.
You knew Iron Bull back when he fought in Saharan.
Yes, he led the group that freed me.
I was a Magister's slave, and when the Magister went to Saharon, he brought me along. For company. Iron Bull and his men attacked my master's ship and killed him, as well as his soldiers. Bull set me free.
How will an alliance help me?
No one's actually detailed how an alliance with the Qunari will help the Inquisition.
The answer to that is above my rank. But the Qunari don't really bargain. They don't know how. I doubt you want Qunari troops stomping around your stronghold, and you're too far away for supplies to be useful. You get more use out of our ships, I imagine. And the agents we've got spread across Thedas. We know a lot more than what Bull sees in those reports he's been forwarding to your spy master.
How did you end up here?
How did an elf end up working for the Qunari out here?
The Ben Hasrath usually pick elves or humans to work outside of Kunandar. We're a little harder to spot. I've worked in Orlais and Navarra, but only for a few years now.
And before that?
What did you do before that?
When I was old enough, I fought Tevinter forces in Saharon. I was too angry to do much else. It took me a long time to accept the Qun, to get past justice to purpose. Some days are still difficult.
You had trouble with the Qun.
Sounds like following the Qun hasn't always been easy.
I had a temper. Bull's nickname for me, Gat, comes from Gatlock, the explosive power in Qunari cannons. I was so angry when I was first freed. I wanted revenge. I wanted to find my family who was still enslaved in Minrathos. I thought about leaving when the Qun didn't tell me what I wanted to hear, but I didn't.
Why not?
The Qunari were always ready to listen, to teach. They cared for me as much as one of their own. And if I leave, the parts of the Qun that I don't like are never going to change.
We'll move shortly.
I'll let you know when we're ready.
I await your pleasure, Inquisitor.
Dorian. Sarah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end this stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I had a lot of fun. If you want to see previous streams that I've done, go check out my YouTube channel. Links in my bio. If you guys want to see me about to stream something, go check out my X or my Instagram. Link is on my bar. Check out my schedule here on Twitch. If you don't want to do any of that for whatever reason, here's the stream schedule for this week. Now, it's probably going to change next week, but we shall see. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, do whatever the hell it is you guys want to do, and I hope you guys have a good day or night wherever you are. I shall see you guys real soon. Bye!